yes. So, yes. I'm sorry. Oh, I know, yes. So, you've been wondering what that smell was, yes. It's not an unpleasant smell though, is it? No. I did not think so. So, it could be the spiced pumpkin. Yeah. Something similar. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I've been studying Muggle studies as I mentioned earlier last time we met, but I thought. Now you know Lumos. Boring. So boring, right? I thought, what would the Muggles do in a dark situation before they invented electricity? How do they illuminate the way? So I found out through much research that they make candles. So I've started the very new hobby of candle making. Yeah. Oh, you know about candles? Yeah, that's so nice. I really like them. So I've got this box here, and in this box I have some supplies, but I'm not currently making a candle right now. Right now I was just admiring my work. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles, but the candle making master, a delightful muggle who's been teaching me how to do this. One of my favorite muggle of all time has made me a candle, and his candle, the candle that he made, comes in the apparition of an owl. Can you see the owl depicted? The owl in the glass. So this is a glass owl candle. So this is the wax here, and this is the wick. And if you smell this, oh, it's just delightful. Here, have a smell. The owl smells like blue lemonade. It's so wonderful. Oh yes, you have to light it. No, of course I don't light candles with my magic. That would just take away all of the fun, wouldn't it? Where's the authenticity in that, I tell you? I could just end the flame, but I like to use these tools called redhead matches. Safety matches. Which, remarkably, have come all the way from Sweden. So what you do is you get one of these red matches, which are very small, and you get the red head matches, and you just run it across with quite a bit of oomph. You run it across the part, and you get fire. And then of course, it's vicious fire today, flames. And then of course you just light the candle. The fire went out. Let's try again. This muggle business. It's quite tricky. I will show you the many ways that I went wrong in my candle making, and then some of the ways I also went right. And nothing lives up to this magnificence. But, one has to have goals when starting a hobby. It's something to look up to. Let's try again. Light the owl. Not the owl, you don't catch. No, you don't do not light your owl on fire. This is a depiction of an owl. This is a depiction of an owl. Not an actual owl. But see how much light it gives out. Oh, can you smell it? It smells so good. And each of these little ruffles in the glass are owl feathers. It's just so artistic and beautiful, don't you think? You like it? Yeah, I like it too. Anyways, how have you been? How's dinner been? Yeah, dinner's been good recently, I think so too. Yeah. Oh, you've been studying hard. That's so nice to hear. Yeah. How are you enjoying it? Just Hogwarts as a whole. Are you enjoying Hogwarts? Of course, yes. So much. You're catching up. So much to learn. Right. So I'm gonna put this candle. It's a magnificent candle down. Maybe over here. You might not be able to see him very well, but we'll be able to smell him from here. So, yes, my studies have been going well also. Do you want to know a little bit about candle making? A little, you're interested? Yes, I figured that's why you came over. So I'll show you my brightly coloured ones that I've been making in just one moment. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Didn't I say earlier I only had 7? Now I have 8 or 9. Curiouser and curiouser. So, to make candles, what the muggles do is they take soy wax. This is Aussie Candle Supplies soy wax, golden wax, 1 kilo. Well, it was 1 kilo when I started, wasn't it? And this is flakes of soy wax. And you measure out the correct amount for the size of candle you wish to make. Now, I've been making candles, so you melt it down and you put it into a candle holding container, which in this case is glass. It's little glass. I was going to say glass vials, but they're all containers. One moment, and I'll show you. So you take as much wax as you need for the size of the container, and you pop it into a jug, and then you stir it over heat. Yes, over more flame. Yeah, more flame. They call them stovetops, and you put that in the water. You boil water, and then you put the container with the wax into the water, and it boils, it bubbles and boils. Hubble, bubble, toil and trouble, something wicked this way comes. And it heats up and melts the wax. And then it is a very hot liquid, and you have to get it to certain temperatures before you can add in the colours, which are other blocks of wax. Don't worry, I still have the instructions. I still have to read them very carefully because I'm very bad at them, but it's a learning curve for all. So, the colours come in little blocks of wax, which you then have to shave yourself into flakes, so that the flakes of colour go into melted white wax. And because you are mixing the colour with the white wax, the colour does not come out this colour, it comes out much, much lighter, because it's mixing it with a white, so it comes out more pastel. But we have spare wicks here for future candles to be made. So you put the wicks in the glass container, fragile. It's amazing how it can both be so strong and yet so easily breakable and fragile. So you get your melted wax, and once you've got the wick in, you pour in the melted wax with the colour, and then you leave it to set. But before, once you've melted it all in, before you pour it, you add in, when it gets to a certain temperature, you add in a flavour. No, you don't need it. A scent. Don't need candles. Well, I assume all candles, but you most certainly do not eat these candles. So we have three flavours. Three scents. We've got tropical guava and passion fruit. Tropical guava and passion fruit. See? Can you see that? Yeah, so that's where I've spilt some of the nectar, the scent, some of the liquid oil through, and it's broken the label, but I do have that one. And I also have Autumn Harvest, and Twilight Woods. Now, these are just what I have left. I've already used a lot of the fragrances. The scents. I actually have quite a lot of Twilight Woods left. So that's exciting because I really like the fragrance. Now, the scents are much stronger when they're in their liquid form than when they're in their candle form. So would you like to smell, for instance, the Twilight Woods fragrance? Yeah, have a smell. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, that blow my head off. It's so good. So that's it in the liquid form, and now let's see which one I have in the candle form for Twilight Woods. I think now, I might be mistaken, but I think my purple colour might be, it smells different. Twilight Woods, perhaps it was the green one. Oh, that smells delicious, but it's not the same, is it? Have a smell. Yeah, different. Different. Now, I've burnt this one before. This is one of my greater creations. I really enjoy the colour, the vibrant colour, and the evenness of the pour of the colour. It's got this band around the wax here, but that formed after I'd lit it and burnt it for a while. That band formed. So I'm happy with that. I think that is pure success right there in a candle. So this green one here. I think it's that green one there. I also have this green one here. Ah yes, this green one here. Oh yes, there it is. See how it smells different but the same. Yeah, to the oil that I just, yeah, exactly. So good. It's just a little bit more subtle. Whereas this one is not scented at all, which is why it's like doesn't smell very strong, because this one doesn't have a scent in it. I was trying to make a candle that was unscented, because some people are sensitive to smells, but still, it still has a fragrance about it. It's not as strong as these deliberately flavoured candles. Speaking of deliberately flavoured candles, look at this beauty. Can you guess? Spiced pumpkin, indeed. Now this one does have a little bit of discoloration around the orange area, but it looks like a pumpkin. Do you not think? I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. I'm very happy with the pumpkin, and the smell makes me so hungry. I just wish I could have a spiced pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin pie, or pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, really. Oh, when I burn that one, I love it, but I just get so hungry, so starving. So the other colours that I have are a just the sweet, sweet smell of the stars. Stardust smell. Can you smell the stars? Yeah, exactly right. It smells like the whole universe. So I've made 2 of these candles. I think I have another stardust one down there, but I have 2 of these. Maybe the purple one is stardust. Anyway, I've got 2 of these, and the colours in these did not work out. They did not work out quite as well. So it's supposed to be a gradient from pink to purple to blue, from pink to purple to blue. But I mean, it worked. Don't get me wrong. It's just a bit patchy. Got some light patches there. But don't you just think that smells so good? So good. Alright. I was going for the banded sort of gradient colour, but they're very different colours and very deliberate bands. And maybe I need to melt the wax on the outside or something. I'll just heat it up with a spell or an enchantment to maybe make them less. Also, look at this. Look at the coloration on this pink one that I made. This is one of the first candles I made. Oh yeah. I think that might be the guava one. Very fruity. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at IDing scents just through my nose by themselves. I'm not that great at it yet. I'm very sensitive to smell, but I'm not that very good at identifying the sensitivities. But yes, I think I peaked when I did this one and these 2. When I did these 2, I think I peaked at my candle career. And for instance, I've been getting steadily worse since, for instance, let me show you this abomination. Now it's just, how did I get it so wrong? I don't know how the muggles do it. So I think what happened was when I was at the melting process, at the melting stage, I had my wax, right? I had my wax, my approximately 1 cup of wax flakes, and I had it in my mini cauldron, sitting in the boiling water. But I think what happened was I put the wax in, and then I put this into the water, but the water overflowed and got into the wax. So as I was melting the wax, I didn't really notice that there was water in there until it started to separate, and there was water at the bottom and wax on the top. And so what I should have done at that point was just continue to stir it until the water evaporated off the wax, but I didn't really do that. I didn't think of that until after. So I poured it in and just did my best to keep the water out, but as you can see, the water is all pulled at the bottom, and then there's a layer of like white, and then the layer of colour. I'm quite happy with the colour. I was going for teal out of the green, but like a blue-green teal, but I don't know if that is water or the scent, the fragrance, because why is it orange? How did it become orange? I did not put any orange colouring in. The fragrances themselves are clear. The wax is white. The water was clear. Somehow I made orange. It's a mystery. I don't know how. I have no idea how that happened. But I did think that maybe a new form of life would come out of the bottom of here. It might spawn up some sort of breeding ground for new life on the planet Earth. I shall leave it and see what happens. So while I was making these candles, I would take a layer from the colours. So we have orange and green and blue and pink and purple, and I would layer them. The leftovers, if I overmade the wax, I poured the leftovers into here. I've got a lid on it just to keep the smell in. And the thing about this candle the coloration is disgusting, wouldn't you agree? It's quite abominable. But of course it was just the extras, the thing that I did to the side, the throwaway thing it was. So I imagine a muggle wouldn't do this, for example. Only a silly wizard such as myself. A silly witch. Alright, so I took the different leftovers and layered them up into the candle, which is strange because it has so many different smells. All the different layers of the different candles with a different smell. Yeah. So it's quite an eyesore. It's quite an eyesore. It is. I'm not going to lie. But it was a very fun experiment to make. And so that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to while you've been studying so hard. Yeah. I've been experimenting. Bless you. I've been experimenting with illumination of the muggle style. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Which, yes, no, that's completely fine. I'll just pack all this up now. Thank